upon killing you would do. The king thought about this for a moment. The woman, the silver-haired woman, turned to him. You must kill her, king. It is the right thing to do. You must take vengeance on any person who comes to this area. You must stop them. You must stop them now. You let her go, or you help her in any way, and you will risk the discovery of our people. That could be true, Iduna said back. I am a queen. You know what it means to be duty-bound. I do not wish ill upon your people. People? We are mermaids and mermen. We are not people. You are in my eyes, Iduna said. When I say people, I mean it to recognize the equality that we have. Equality? I am superior, Triton fired back. Yes, you are. We attacked and hurt you. You own the oceans and seas and have been incredibly tolerant of people. But this is a war that even you and your greatness cannot ultimately win. Or you can let me go. I'm trying to make my way home to Arendelle. The king thought about this briefly. Ursula, he said, what do you think it is that I would do? Ursula said, well, I've made my opinions known. You must kill her now. There is no way that you can let her live after what she's seen. She knows us. She knows our whereabouts. Ursula, does it matter to you at all that you have endangered us? You brought her here. You brought her into this land. And now you would ask me, a merman of principle, to kill her. I don't know if I can do that. I may be angry and I may be hurt, but that does not give me the right to murder. I am not a murderer. And the fact of the matter is that had you left this woman to her fate, if you let this queen, she is royalty, if you let her to her fate, this wouldn't be an issue. I don't understand. This is now my fault, Triton, you fool? Fool. Ursula, you are perhaps the most talented advisor I have ever had. But you calling me fool, and what you have just done just shows me once again that for you it's always been about power. Let me cut you off, King. Being a leader is not in any way just about power. It means you have to live with the bad decisions, Ursula. My daughter, she's amazing, and I didn't trust her. And now she's up there at a palace all alone and scared, and I need to get back to her. Ursula, you will be banished from this kingdom. The only way that I can protect this kingdom is to get rid of you and your chicanery. You have done this so many times to me. You have now endangered our kingdom by having the mouth breathers here. I must banish you. Ursula raged as she was forced out by Triton's guards and kicked aside. She vowed at that moment that she would have revenge in any way possible on Triton. And she went to go start a life of anger and jealousy elsewhere. Queen Iduna, please forgive me. Your story rings true. Is there anything that I can give you? Especially about your daughter. I know what it's like to have talented children. I would like to think that if the moment ever came where I needed to trust my child, that I would learn from your example. It's easier said than done. I suppose we're all afraid for our kids in the end. You are wise. Your husband should be very proud. Yes, there is one thing that I would request from you. You hold magic down here, King Triton, that I don't think we will ever be able to achieve up above. What I would ask from you, I've made so many bad decisions. Just show me the ramifications of what I intend to do, and is my child alive? Can you... I understand what you're asking for. And we can. We do have the magic. We do have ability to see into the future and see into the past. It's rare magic, and it will cause 1,000 storms upon the face of earth. But I can, with my trident, I can open up little rifts. I believe you on the land would call it space-time. It allows us, with our magic, to communicate with each other. It allows us to communicate with people. For instance, you hear me in whatever language you're speaking, but in reality I am speaking a language that will be indecipherable to you. We do this because we must keep ourselves safe. We must keep ourselves anonymous. But I will honor your request. It is the least I can do for inconveniencing you. And in that time, a tremendous typhoon storm appeared out of the water again. But in the middle of it this time was Triton. And rising up through the channels was Iduna. And Iduna was dry now. She was not on land. She was in the eye of a storm. And she could see visions in the outline of the storm, while the middle stayed calm. And in these visions, she saw that her baby boy, she saw that if she had gone back, she would never find him again. And she saw that Agnarr, in his brutality, he was going to die and waste away, but that if she came back to shore for him, he would violently attack her in rage. It was a fate that she didn't want. But she saw something else if she stayed away. If she stayed away, Agnarr would waste away. But her boy was safely being taken care of by the animals on the island. Her boy would grow into being a generous and strong man, but that ultimately she could never go back to see him. His name would become Tarzan. And he had a wonderful story and future ahead of him. And her heart grew with love and joy that she had produced such a fine person. In that moment, she also wanted to know, though, the harder question. And King Triton showed her. If she goes back to Arendelle, she would ultimately rip apart a civil war between her and Elsa. A civil war that would become so profound and so bloody that it would rapture all the other kingdoms in the nearby area. Elsa, she had seen, was scared. Elsa had ran away from home. Ice had engulfed the kingdom. But she had also seen hope in this clairvoyance. She saw Anna's future sacrifice. The king, King Triton, after this vision, landed her upon an island with a boat that he had raised. Where are you going to travel to? What are you going to do? Are you going to go back to Arendelle after seeing what we have seen? No, she said. I need to trust my children, even if I can't be a part of their life. I've misunderstood my daughter. I misunderstood my husband. I wasn't understood. Our whole kingdom is a legacy of not understanding each other. It's perhaps time for a change. I'm going to set out for the town of Wesselton. I need to teach people how to be better. I need to teach people how to change. And with that, she went aboard the ship. She didn't need help. The merman helped get the waves going so that she could pilot the ship into shore. And she came up on Wesselton's docks, no longer having renounced Queen Iduna. She slipped into a small store and quickly, in an agreement, she bought commoner's clothes. She was ready to begin her life anew. Queen Iduna was lost at sea, but Greta was born. It was many years later, the time in which Elsa had consolidated her power on her throne. Anna and Elsa had gone on with their lives and done what they had done. And that's a story for someone else to tell. Wesselton had had a power crisis that had happened shortly after the arrival of this strange woman who would only go by Greta, who was so kind to everyone she met. She spent that first year begging on the street corner as a common beggar, and she used the funds from which she begged to erect a small building. She put a sign out in front of it, and that sign said, Greta's Home for the Misunderstood. Over time, Greta would take in children and people from people who thought their children were special. Her school became more and more accredited and oppressive. It just was a wonderful thing that came from such humble beginnings that she built herself. She would hire teachers of the finest order. Years would go by, and Iduna's beauty, queen-like appearance would fade into that of a headmistress. Iduna was now Greta the headmistress. And Greta ran her school in a way that seemed to bring out the best of every one of her pupils. It had gotten such a renown that a certain queen from Arendelle wanted to visit. This was many years, and the queen was now of an advanced age herself. She came to the door with her royal procession, and she knocked on the door. The 50-something-year-old woman was met at the door by a young schoolgirl, probably about 15 years old. Queen Elsa, we are so excited to have you. It is just amazing to have you here. We are so... I'm sorry, I just can't talk right now, the girl nervously stammered. It's okay. I'm quite used to it, Elsa. Queen Elsa had responded. Please, I just want to tour this wonderful facility. Well, that's great. Excuse me, girl, what is your name? Mary Beth Poppins, she replied. Mary Beth, that's Poppins. It's a beautiful name. And with that, Mary Beth took her around to show her all of the school. She goes, Elsa at a certain point said, I have heard that the headmistress who started this school is still alive. That is remarkable. I would love to meet this headmistress. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Queen Elsa. She doesn't meet with royalty. It's sort of a thing of hers. She refuses to meet. Oh, but I insist. I do not want to have to get the King and Queen of Wesselton to force the headmistress to meet with me. Okay, if you must. With that, after so many years, Queen Elsa saw her mother, but she didn't recognize her. She only knew her as a headmistress. Greta looked upon the eyes, and her heart grew immensely big, seeing her daughter, well-adjusted, control of her powers. Greta didn't know if she wanted to play the charade or tell Elsa. She wanted to put her arms around the woman. But she also was afraid that even in her advanced age, she might reignite what Triton talked about. She showed off the school. She talked about how people had abilities, that she had made a